Right, let's have a sit rep on the Audi job so far. So we tried to remove, there's a plastic bracket that goes on top of there. Obviously these shitty little screws, as you can, I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, someone's completely butchered those heads, so me and Vin just had to rag that plastic bracket off, which is, don't know, wherever it got chucked, down there in pieces on the floor, so that's that knackered, so I need another one of those. We'll need that to get to the thermostat, which is actually in that plastic cover right behind there, so we'll crack on and try and get some more bits off, and then me and Vin will get some videos going and see how it goes. Okay, that's thermostat out, that's that job done. Well, I'm just going to put the other one back in. I don't think that's been changed before. I could be wrong, but it looks like it's still the original. It's got VW Audi on it there anyway, so if it has been replaced, at least it's been replaced with a genuine one, which still looks to have stuck open and failed, so we'll get the other one, stick the other one in and build it back up. I'm pretty sure this is not going to be that fun. That was a right pain in the ass to get out, but we'll clean it all up, start building it back up and see how we get on rebuilding it. Right, I think we've found what the problem is. So here's the old one. Hold up to the light a little bit. So that's actually stuck open, as you can see. Obviously I drove it, the engine didn't really get warm, but that still should have closed up. And here's the new one. That element there obviously is lifted up, so that's closed. So hold on, let's see if we can put them side by side. Yeah, there we go. That one's closed, that one's stuck open, so hopefully that was the problem. The replacement one is a pattern part and it seems to be of the same shape. Hopefully I can reuse the rubber gasket O-ring that goes around it. So I'm just going to clean it up with some paper, the gasket surface, tidy up the plastic and bolt it back together, and yeah, see what happens. So well happy with that, at least we found the cause of the problem, so hopefully we'll get a good reading from the coolant gauge and the job will be a good one. Here's a good trick I learnt a while ago. It's always good to lube up your ring before you insert it, and then you'll have no problems. Right, so I've nearly made it home, and these two fucking Audi jackasses have decided to fucking park like that. So now what I've got to do is reverse down the fucking street, all the way down there, turn around. The house is literally on the end there on the corner, so now I've got to reverse all the way back, so I can't get past because of these two fucking Audi idiots. I mean, who in the right mind would drive a fucking Audi? Dickheads. Alright guys, I thought it would be time now to do a recap since we've got back home. It's 20 past midnight, I should have long been in bed. I'm feeling quite tired now, so yeah, that was a good success. I've got the radio code back, so obviously disconnecting the battery when I took the alternator feed off of there, just stopped me arcing out in case when I was taking the two bolts off of the thermostat housing, so I disconnected the battery and everything, so I put the radio code back in. Interestingly, the window switch on the driver's side is supposed to be an auto one. Now when I reconnected that back up, it was no longer auto, so there's a bit of a procedure where you have to put the ignition on, put the windows all the way down, then all the way back up again, and then you let go of the switches, and then you pull them both back up again for 5 seconds, let go, turn your ignition off, and then that's it, it's reset, and then the ignition key back on, flick the window all the way down, all the way back up, so that's perfect. No coolant leaks, ran up to temperature, me and Steve did that, no trouble, needle held up to 90, fans kicked in, it's maintained 90 all the way home cruising. I got the miles per gallon back up to about 32, I think, something like that. So hopefully we should see in the next few days when my missus takes it to work, we should see that the MPG will go up and hopefully the needle will get up to 90 and stay at 90. So that looks to have sorted that problem. As I say, the old thermostat which is in this box, that was knackered. That was an original Audi one. Now whether that's the original one that's been in the car, I don't know. They seem to be prone for failure, so we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens anyway. I wanted to get some bits done on the DC2 tonight, but obviously this took a little bit more of my time than I thought it would do. It was a little bit tricky, that. It wasn't horrendous, but it's not a job I'd want to be doing day in, day out, I don't think. Not thermostat on an Audi TT, BAM engine. So, yeah, for anyone thinking of doing that, it was made easy by the specialist, well, not specialist, but the correct tools. That, I can't stress how easy that makes a job when you've got the right tools to hand and you can just go bang, yeah, I want that, I want that. Because I followed a little bit of a guide that I found on the internet of how to change the thermostat just so I didn't trip myself up. So took the dipstick tube off, a couple of other bits off. It wasn't a lot to take off, it's just really fiddly because you can't really get to the bolts bang on. You sort of got to approach them at a funny angle, but luckily because the kind of dual use bolts, so they've actually got a 5mm Allen key in the middle, or you can put a 10mm socket on there and undo it. So once you've cracked them off you can actually spin them with your fingers, but I've got hands a bit like an ape, so it's a little bit tricky, but if you had smaller fingers that wouldn't be too bad. So yeah, definitely a job that you could do yourself rather than taking it to a dealer or even to a garage or whatever. But yeah, no problems with that job. I wouldn't mind, so I wouldn't like to do it every day, but I wouldn't mind doing it again. So hopefully that's cured the problem. So I think that should be everything that needs to be done on this Audi for a little while should be done. I need to look at this heated seat because that's still not working. What else do we need to have a look at? Seems to be a bit of a rattle on top of the engine when it's cold. Now it sounds a bit like a chain perhaps for the oil pump or something. I don't know if that's chain driven or what on this engine. And we've got receipts for cam belts, but there is a chain internally inside the engine I think that drives something. So perhaps we'll me and Steel get on the ramp one day and have a look at that. Does sound a bit rattly, that when it's on cold. It doesn't come on straight away when you start the engine. It's about a minute or two after you start the engine, then the rattle comes and it stays there for about 5-10 minutes till it's up to temperature, and then it goes away and then it's pretty much silent. But yeah, when that rattles on it sounds a bit like an old VW diesel sort of thing. So that definitely wants looking at, but what that is I don't know, but we'll definitely keep an eye on that and see if it gets any louder. Engine could do with an oil change now because the oil's gone black obviously from the engine running, thinking it was running cold. So we need an oil change and needs an MOT next month. But other than that, hopefully we can sort the Civic out soon and we can start some more bits on the Integra, because I've still got some bits to buy for it and I've got some bits to show you that I've bought, some new bits and bobs that we've got from Steve. And there's also something I sorted out with Vin last week, which is a good genuine thing that's going to be coming to the car, which I did say to Vin, yeah, I won't have it right now, but I'll definitely be interested in them. Something that came off of another car that Vin's just kept stored there, so I said hold on to them, don't sell them to anyone else, and yeah, I'll definitely have them, but just not right this minute. So that's another good part that will make the car even better. So looking forward to getting hold of that part, which I'll show you. That'll be a little bit later on when I show you that. So yeah, hopefully we can get with some DC2 bits and make some progress anyway. Alright, I'm going to get a shower and go to bed because I say it's way past my bedtime and I've got to be up early in the morning for work. So peace out and all that, and I'll catch up with you soon, alright?